Lindsay, you have to unmute. Oh, there you are. I can hear you now. Good morning.
I did, and then it said you muted me.
I was unmuting you at the same time you were trying to unmute, and it was just, sorry. You're good now.
Double negative. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, guys. Good morning. All right. We got a couple minutes. We get set up with our weights. Got my fan. Where's everybody this morning? You good? 2 minutes. Here we go. You could set them all up. You could draw pictures of where they are and put them all in their little spots. That could be good. Pardon? I'm just waiting 1 more minute. Maybe half a minute. But it might just be us. I don't know if he's in his office. Did you see? You can go look. Okay, we'll get started, guys. Since you're so prompt, Jenny and Richard. So start feet hip distance apart, weights in your hands, shoulders down away from your ears. So just standing nice and tall. All right. Feel those heels pressing into the mat, lengthening your spine a little bit. So as you press down, think of creating a little extra space between each one of your vertebrae, feeling the top of your head reaching up to the ceiling. And then just nice and slow, we're gonna start with arms just straight up, open out, in and down. So just shoulder height, open, in and down. I was talking about this a couple weeks ago, remember? Think energy through your arms instead of just swinging them around like that. That would be swinging them around. Think of engaging your muscles. So you're lifting, you're reaching wide, you're reaching way out, and then controlling the movement up. And you should feel way more when you're doing that. Now start to think about your abs. So your belly button is pulling in towards your spine that little bit. Not so much that you're like, just a little engagement through your core. Keep those ribs tight around your center. We've got 2 more. In and down, and then 1 more. Go up, open, in and down, and then go straight up and stay. So hold there, turn your palms to face up, open out to the side, and then turn your palms down and up, down and up. So rotating from your upper arm, twist, and then untwist. Twist down, twist back. So really feeling that control. Your body is still staying steady. Twist and twist. Go for 5. Untwist. Go for 4. And untwist. Go for 3. Untwist. Here's that. There's Robin. 2. Good morning. And then 1 more. Untwist and then stay right here. Now swing those arms together and then open out. Keep those palms facing up. So go together right in front and then open out just slightly behind you. So getting the back of your deltoids into your rhomboids a little bit. Open out, little squeeze of your shoulder blades and forward. Little squeeze and forward. Go for 6. Go for 5. Remember, ribs stay tight around your center. Go for 4. Wide. And in 3. Wide. And in, last 2. And in, you ready, 1 more. Go out. And then come just in line with your body. Now from here, bend your elbows in, press and twist. In, press, twist. In, twist all the way, palms face behind you, pinkies are up. In, go 6, and twist. 5, 4, 3, what's wrong? 2. Last 1. Twist back and then bend your arms in, come to 90-degree angles and then stay here. So arms are going to stay at 90. Hold here. Now hinge your upper body forward. Your tail is down. Your ribs are tight around your center. Pelvis is neutral, so you're not here. Stay right there. And then all we're going to keep our arms still to start. We're just going to kick our right leg out. Hold there. So notice if your weight shifted left, don't let it. Press into your left heel so that your weight stays straight up and down on that left. And then bend back in. And in. So keep going just like that. Press out, pull in. Waistlines are both long. And in. You got it. Go 4 more. Just a light touch out and in. Go for 3. Light touch out and in. Last 2. You can look down a little bit so your neck stays in line with the rest of your spine. Last one, out. Pull in. Now hold. I need to come forward a little bit. Now we're going to kick our leg back and in. Come forward even more. We're going to go back and in. So left knee is still reaching forward. You're still pressing through your left heel. Back, barely touch, and forward. Arms stay still. In. Go for 4. And in. Go for 3. Reach. And in. Go for 2. And in. Go for 1 more. Out. Pulling in. Dropping low. Stand up. Inhale. Low. And up. Go for 6. In. And in. Go for 4. 3. Exhale, press. 2. Exhale, press. 1 more. Standing up, and then bend your arms again. So now we're going to put those both together. I'm just going to get my mat out of the way. Okay. Bending elbows, dropping low, hold right there. Neck is nice and long. Now you're going to press into your left heel to keep yourself steady on that left side. So same like we did before. Right leg pulls out. You're going to pull it back through center, barely touch, and then go back. So you can slide or you can lift, tap gently and out, tap gently and back. Tap and out, barely tapping and back. Even just hovering if you want that extra challenge. In, and back. You got 3 more sets. This is the start of your 3rd. Back, in, and out. Last 2, and back, in, and out. Last 1, hopefully you're feeling that left glute. In, and out, and then bring that leg in. Stand all the way up. Give your legs a little shake up. What's the problem? Do we all have enough of the babies? Make sure you're sharing, please. So make sure you just both have the same amount, okay? Holding here. We're gonna bend our arms again to 90-degree angles, dropping low, holding there. That was your break, guys. Okay, me and Avery. Okay, all we're gonna do is kick left out, pull it in. So pressing up into your right heel, out, and make sure you have the same amount. Out, barely touching, in. Go for 3. And in. Go for 2. Constant pressure up through this right heel. Last 1. And in. Stay there. Let's go back. Back. And in. And in. Again, exhale back. Inhale in. Exhale back. Inhale in. Go for 4. Remember, you're hinged forward. Your neck is nice and long, so you're looking down slightly. 2. And in. Last 1. Back. Pull in. Drop your weight into your left. Dropping low. Stand up. Go 6. Low. Stand up. 5. 4. 3. Last 2. Last 1. All the way up. Bend those elbows, palms face one another. You're ready. Drop down low. So all of your weight in your right. Again, press into that right heel. Think about your knee, your right knee, staying in line with your right middle toe. Ready. Left out. Pull it in, barely touch, and back. Barely touch. Going out. Barely touch. Kick back. Barely touch. So trying to minimize this shift to the right. And back. Pull in, stay neutral so that tail is sticking out that little bit behind you. And in. Out. And in. And back. Pull in. Again, go out. Pull in. Back. Pull in. Last 2. And in, reaching back. And in. Last 1. Out. And in. Back. Pull in, stand all the way up. Give those legs a little bit of a shake out. And then let's come down onto our mat. So your feet can be about hip distance apart. Grab your weights, make sure they're handy. And then come onto your backs. Okay. You can go ahead, Rose, if you want. Okay. Just move this a little forward. There we go. Okay. So starting with those weights in your hands, reach your arms straight up to the ceiling. So feeling your shoulder blades press into the mat, collarbones are wide, tail is heavy, rib cage nice and tight around your center. So all we're going to move to start is our right arm, reach it overhead, left arm is reaching up, and then bring that right arm back to the ceiling. Now let's go left. Inhale, reaching. Let's do that again. So keeping your shoulder blades flush against the mat, alternating arms, and up, and then go left. Inhale. Let's go 2 more each side, really thinking about those shoulder blades staying evenly weighted as you move. One more right, reach. And up. One more left. Reach. And up, holding right there. Now from here, belly button towards your spine, press into those heels, lift your hips. Holding there, knees are reaching away from the top of your head. Reach your right overhead. And bring it up. Reach your left overhead. And up. Again, go right, reach. And up. And then left, reaching. And up, holding there. Now drop your hips low. Reach that right arm. Left arm is still reaching up to the ceiling, all the way up. Switching, low, reach those arms, and up. Remember when you drop your hips, you're almost touching down. Don't drop any weight. And then up, and again. Go one more each way here. And up. And then one more here, reaching. Press up, and then roll all the way down. Come through to neutral and stay. So shoulder blades flush against the mat. From here, left knee is still reaching up. Open that right knee out to the side, controlling out. And then bring that leg back in. Now switch. Left knee opens out, right knee is pointing up to the side. And then control back up. Let's do that again. So out, pause. Don't let this left leg open out to counterbalance you. And then bring it in. And then reach left, right knee is pointing straight up, right side of your body is heavy. And then back in, now add the arm to that. So you're gonna open your right knee, right arm, left arm is reaching up to the ceiling. And then come back in. And then switch. Right side of your body stays heavy as you open left. And then back in. Again, inhale out. And inhale out. All the way back. Last one here, let's go right out, left side of your body is heavy, and in, and then go left, right side of your body is heavy, all the way back up, and then stay there. Now from here, belly button back towards your spine, press through those heels, lift your hips, holding here. Now we're gonna lift our right heel, keeping your hips level, drop your right heel down. Now just your left, up, left comes down. So as you lift your right heel, more of your weight shifts into your left heel, and then drop down. As you lift your left heel, more of your weight shifts into your right. Go one more each side like that, as light as you can on those right toes, keeping your hips even, and down. As light as you can on those left toes, keeping your hips even. Drop back down, take a breath. You ready? We're gonna lift our leg the entire way up now. So give an extra press into your left heel as you lift your right, and then float your right leg all the way up. So hold right there. From here, we're gonna reach our arms overhead, drop your hips, and then press all the way back up, pressing through that left heel. Inhale down, think about your left inner thigh squeezing toward your midline, so don't let that leg fall out. And reach. You ready? Now let's straighten this leg. Reaching that right leg long, toes away from fingertips, and then all the way up. So remember, you're coming low, you're not quite touching the mat, and then all the way in. Go 6 more like that. Inhale down, abs are working to keep your hips still. That left glute is working as you lower. It's working as you lift for 4. Inhale down. Go for 3. Exhale up. Go for 2. Go for 1. All the way in, holding there, lower those right toe ball, heels down, roll all the way back to the mat. Come through to neutral, take a breath there. Now from here, we're just gonna go arms wide to the side, and then press those arms up. Arms nice and wide, find that balance in your body again. Press back up, so even weight through both sides of your pelvis, even weight through those shoulder blades. Nice relaxed neck for 2 more here. And then go 1 more. Exhale up, stay there. Now from here, you're gonna open your arms out. Reach them overhead, circle around, and then come back to your starting position. Now from here, go out again. Open, up, and around. So thinking about your shoulder blades staying flat against the mat as we do this. If you're able to keep your shoulder blades flat against the mat there, let's go for a full rotation here. So arms come down, open them all the way out, up overhead, shoulder blades still down and up. Do that again, go 2 more this direction. And up, 1 more. Remember, you're moving your upper arms, even though the weights are in your hands. Think about moving your upper arms in space. Stay there. Ready? Let's go the opposite direction. So again, you can start with that half rotation. You can come up once you get to shoulder level. But if you're feeling steady and like you can keep those shoulder blades flat against the mat, like you can keep your ribs tight around your center, you can go for the whole rotation. Go 2 more here. All the way down, up, and around, and then 1 more. Circle down, reach all the way up, and then stay. So feeling those shoulder blades are heavy. Belly button to spine, press into your heels and lift. So extra press into your right heel this time. Lift your left, you're nice and light on those left toes, and then just float that left leg up. So from here, all we're gonna do is lower our hips, reach those arms, and press. Lower, reaching arms, So as you're lowering down, that right glute is working. As you're lifting, that right glute is still working. Your core is working, keeping your pelvis still. You don't want that left hip to start to drop. You're ready? You're gonna add the leg now. So reach that leg, left toes reach away from your fingertips and back up. So come down, have a little pause when you're about to touch the mat and then back in. You gotta go 6. Inhale down. Thinking about those shoulder blades staying flat against the mat. Think about that right inner thigh squeezing toward your midline for 4. Go for 3, reaching. Last 2. Ready, 1 more. Inhale down, exhale all the way up. Hold there, lower those toes, ball heel, and then roll all the way down to the mat. Come right through to neutral, and then just lower your arms down by your side. You can drop your weights, just with your palms facing up. We're gonna do a couple hip rolls. Just again, finding that balance in our body, holding at the top. Just slow and controlled, pressing each vertebra down 1 at a time. Come through to neutral, hold, and then go 2 more here. Press up. And then again, nice and controlled, rolling all the way. Last one, like this, pull that belly button in. Holding up there. And then just roll your way back down, coming through to neutral. Awesome. Okay, so from here, let's lift our right heel, light on those right toes. Lift your, that was my left actually. Lift your right, lift your left, lift them both. Heels are lifted, you're light on your toes, back of your rib cage is heavy. Shoulder blades are flat against the mat, palms are facing up. Lift your right leg to tabletop. Lift your left leg to tabletop and then stay right there. So take a couple of breaths, feeling the back of your rib cage getting increasingly heavier. Feeling that you still have that little space behind your low back. Remember, if you do feel your back, bring your knees closer to your chest. That's absolutely fine. Now from here, squeeze your legs right together. All we're gonna do is move our thighs 2 inches away from us and then pull them back in the same 2. So thighs, move away. Thighs, pull back in. Let's do it again. Thighs move away. And thighs pull back in. Go 2 more. If you're feeling your back, don't move your legs as far. It's not a big movement. I'm not taking it easy. This is actually a lot of work. Thighs away, just those couple of inches. And then go 1 more, thighs away. Pull them back in so your knees are right on top of your hips and stay there. Now bring your hands, your palms to your thighs. Squeezing your inner thighs together, pull your thighs towards you. So you're pressing with your hands as your thighs pull in. Feel those abs, and then slow little release. You're really hardly moving. It's just that core engagement, and then slow release. So as you're doing this, notice if your chin is starting to reach up to the ceiling and you're doing one of these. Don't want to do that. Keep the back of your neck nice and relaxed and heavy. You've got 4. Like your chin is still connected to your chest. A little string there. Last 3. Arms need to be working here to feel this. Last 2. You ready? 1 more. Pulling in, holding there. Now bring your hands down by your side. Ready? You're just going to tap your right toes away. Don't let your left leg come in closer. And then bring your right leg back in. Left toes tap away. Don't let your right come in closer. And then come back. Exhale out. Inhale in and left. Inhale back. Let's do that again. Keep the back of that rib cage heavy. And in. Let's go left. Back in. You have 2 more each way. Exhaling out. Inhale as you pull in, deepening those abdominals. Left. And in, last one, right? Exhaling away. Inhale in, and last one left. Back in, holding there, lower your right toes down, lower your left toes down, lower those heels, and take over. All right, let's get upper abs moving. So hands behind your head, elbows hover off the mat, tuck that chin a little bit, and then curl forward. So holding at the top there, you're looking down towards your thighs, knees are reaching up, tailbone is tipped away, glutes are relaxed. Bottom couple of ribs, those floating ribs are super nice and close towards the tops of those hip bones. From here, slow and controlled, lower your way back. Control, 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 pause, and then do that again. So you can rest at the bottom here for these first few, tucking your chin. It's work lifting up, and then it's still work as you lower, really control the movement. Resisting, resisting, resisting. Don't let gravity just drop you down. 2 more like that. Nod. Melting down with control. And then last one, let's tuck your chin, curl forward, and then stay at the top. So holding here, glutes are still relaxed. Belly button gently pulling into your spine, ribs tight towards the top of those hip bones. Now from here, lift your, let's go right first. Right heel up, and then lift that right leg to tabletop. So you can keep, I want you to try and keep this knee over your hip. You can keep your left heel down. You could go here. You could even go here if you want. So I'm gonna take the middle option, just toes light on the mat. From here, I'm gonna rotate towards this right bent leg. So just a small rotation. My left shoulder blade comes off the mat, my hips stay evenly weighted, and then I'm gonna come back through center. So do that again, nothing moves below your belly button. And then back through center. So let's go 4 more here. Exhale across, inhale back, 3. And back, exhale 2. And back, your hips are staying still, right? Last one, back through center, stay. Now reach that right leg. As you pull it in, rotate again. Little rotation. Do it again, reaching long, lower that upper body slightly. Remember, if you feel your back, drop your left heel. And again, reaching long. This right leg doesn't need to go low, just as low as it feels good. Last 2. 1 more, reaching back, exhale, rotate, and then come all the way back through center, lowering your right toes, lower those heels, lower your upper body. So take a breath. We're gonna do the same thing on the other side. So elbows hover, tuck that chin, curling forward, nice even weight on your hips, ribs nice and tight towards those hip bones. Now we're gonna get this right shoulder blade a little bit higher off the mat as you rotate. Nothing moves below your belly button. And then come back through center. So 5 more here. Inhale back, go for 4. Inhaling back, go for 3, exhale across. Inhale back, go for 2. And back, last one, exhale across. Inhale back through center. Now hold with that left heel, leg comes up. You can stay here with your right, you can lift here, you could go here, you can take the middle option again. Now from here, I'm gonna reach that leg, lower my upper body, even weight in your hips, exhale up, rotate. So inhale out, lengthening and rotating. So your right hip wants to lift off the mat as you rotate to the left, right? Don't let it, that's part of the exercise, keeping that right hip heavy. Right hip heavy, right toes are light though. That's a big challenge. 3 more. Inhale, lengthening. Last 2, reaching. And in, ready, 1 more, reaching all the way, lengthen, lengthen, twisting back through center. Lower those heels, lower your upper body all the way down. All right, hug those knees and have a little roll around. One way and then the other. And then let's come up onto our side. So let's come onto our left elbow. If we have a shoulder issue at all, you can just do these flat. If you want an extra challenge though, you can do it from your elbow. So we just have to keep our left shoulder away from our left ear. That's gonna wanna happen. And then our left ribs are gonna wanna drop down to the mat. So we need to try and keep everything lined up. Really make sure your elbow is underneath your shoulder. If it gets too far out or too far in, it's just gonna be a bad position and a very uncomfortable position. Just have your hands flat for a little more surface area. And then once you have your shoulder lined up, think about these left ribs. So they're gonna stay lifted away from the mat as well. Remember, if this starts to bump your shoulder, it just doesn't feel good, just come down here. Okay, so from here, all we're gonna do is lift our hips and then control as you come down. So exhale up, inhale down. So if you are down, you can just do this, lift your leg and lower, all right? We're gonna go up, pause, inhale down, exhale again. So lots of shoulder stability, lots of obliques here. Exhale, 4. Inhale down. You can bring your gaze to the mat. That can relax your neck as well, which is good. 3. Last 2. And control, and then go one more, lifting up and stay there. Now kick that right leg up. So your right leg is at hip height. Remember, you can do this whole thing right here. Okay, so you're here. We're just gonna tap our toes down towards the mat, just barely touch, and then lift. So inhale down. Left elbow is still underneath your left shoulder, left ribs are still lifting. Go for 6, reaching those right toes away from the top of your head. Go for 5. And up. Last 4. Tap. And up. Last 3. And up. Go for 2. And up. Ready. One more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Stay there. Draw a rainbow. Toes to the front edge of your mat. Toes to the back edge. You've got 5 more of these. Toes to the front edge. Toes to the back edge. Keep pressure into that left elbow. We're going to come down in 3. And back. Let's go for 2. And back. Last 1. Forward. And back. And then bend that knee in. Lower all the way down. Okay, so now lower. You're on the same side. You can just stretch your left arm underneath you, bend it, whatever feels good. You're gonna have your heels both in line with your sitting bones and the back of your head. Left ribs are still lifted. And then grab your weight. We have our weights handy. Thank you guys much. We're gonna reach that right arm up to the ceiling. So stay here. We're just gonna isolate this arm first, imagining that your back is against a wall. You're gonna lower that right arm with control. And then you're gonna reach it back up. So as this right arm lowers, gravity is pulling your shoulder forward, right? That's just not proper alignment. So keep that right shoulder blade back as your arm comes forward and as it comes up. Inhaling forward and exhale. So when your arm comes down, that's the hardest part, right? Resisting gravity. Don't let your shoulders move. Really think about them staying steady. Think about how your core is stabilizing there. You have 3 more like this. Inhale down. Remember, like our arm work at the beginning of class, think about moving from above your elbow. You're going to feel it so much more. Don't lock that elbow, but really move that upper arm. Inhale and up. Ready? We got 1 more here. Inhale down, exhale up. Now stay. Now lift that top leg. So turn it out as much as you can. Hold there. Now add the leg to the arm. So arm comes down, still thinking about your shoulders, and then rotating as much as you can. Your right shoulder blade isn't rolling back, your right hip isn't rolling back, and then down again with control. Inhale down. Exhale. Inhale, control. Good, go for 4 more. Keeping those ribs square to the way you're looking. Don't let that rib cage twist. Last 2. Exhale up. Ready, 1 more. Inhale down. Exhale up. Hold at the top. So now keep your right arm reaching up to the ceiling. Rotate that right leg back 1 more inch. And then down an inch. 1 more inch. Deeper squeeze. Control, little release. So 8 little squeezes like this. Still keeping that right arm reaching. Go for 5. Go for 4. Rotate. Go for 3. Rotate back. Last 2. Last 1. Rotate. Hold that squeeze so your right leg is going to stay totally still. Turn your right hand away from you. Got it? So now you're facing the back wall or facing behind you. I don't know if you all have a wall behind you. You must at some point. Reach. And then all the way up. It would be nice to do this outside. Reaching down towards your knee. So you're kind of reaching on a diagonal line, not just down to your hip. Reach out in front of you, like in front of your knee. You got it. And then up. Good. Go for 6 like that. Inhale. Go for 5. Your glute is still working. Are you still squeezing that right leg back? I hope so. 4. And up. Last 3. Keeping those ribs tight around your center. Last 2, control, not letting gravity lower that arm. Last 1. Inhale down. Come all the way up. Untwist your arms. Stay right there. Now from here, keep this leg nice and high. You're going to teeter-totter it down. So knee comes up and down. And then heel comes up and down. So your teeter-totters up and then down, up, and then down. So the up and down is just so you're not just doing this, that's fine, but think of going up and over, and then up and over, up and over, up with your heel and over. You got it. 4 more, and down, go for 3. And then how goes left ribs? Are they still lifting? 2, forget about those guys. Last 1, down, and switch, and then lower that leg, holding here with your arm. Take a breath. You're going to shift your shins up to the front edge of your mat. Last little bit we're going to do here, we're going to reach those right toes straight underneath us. So my toes, my hip, my ribs, my shoulders, my head are all in line. Now add that arm to that same line. So reach nice and long, really lengthen, 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 and then come up. Doesn't matter how high your leg goes. Inhale as you reach. You got it. 6 more like this, reaching really nice and long. And up. Go for 5, reaching. And up. 4 more. 3. Last 2, find that length. And up. You ready? We're gonna do 1 more. Inhale, reaching. Keep your leg out, just bring your arm up. We're gonna finish with rainbows like we did before. Toes to the front edge of your mat, up, and toes to the back edge. Hips stay totally still. Tap, up, and tap. So that right hip in particular really wants to wiggle around as you move this leg, just like it did when we were on our elbow at the beginning of this set. Go for 4, don't let those hips move. So tons of abs here, as well as that right glute, right outer thigh. Left glute is stabilizing as well. Got this arm moving or working. It's not moving. It's an isometric hold. Last one, let's go forward. Let's go back. And then bend all the way in. Lower right down. Take a breath. We're gonna do a little twist. You can actually keep your weight if you want. We're gonna reach this arm straight forward with or without the weight. Come all the way up and then follow the weight with your eyes. So as you get up to the ceiling, you're gonna start to reach that arm behind you and then hold there, reaching your left fingertips away from your right. Just hold there for a nice couple of breaths. Thinking about that right shoulder blade being nice and heavy. Take a nice couple of deep breaths. And then let's bring that right arm back up towards the ceiling. So again, following it with your eyes. And then it will come all the way down. And then just come onto your back. Let's give our right glute a little stretch. So right foot in front of your left knee. You can stay here. Try to stay neutral. Ribs tight around your center. Upper body nice and quiet. Pulling that left knee towards you that little bit to deepen your stretch. Turning that right leg out a little more as well. If that feels good, you can stay there. If you want a little deeper, you can lift up your left leg. Remember, just try not to tuck your pelvis. Stay neutral if you can. Nice couple of breaths there. And then let's just relax down. We're gonna come all the way up. We're gonna flip over to the other side. So now we'll be on our right elbow to start. Heels in line with your sitting bones. Remember, if this doesn't feel good for your neck or shoulder, you can stay down here. So the first bit for you will just be a clam shell. If you're up here with me though, let's have our right elbow underneath our shoulder. You don't want to go too far, not in too far. Pick up those right ribs away from the mat. Keep that right shoulder away from your ear, and then you're just gonna lift and then control back down. And control, resisting gravity as you lower. Exhale up. Inhale, control. And again, 5 more. And down, picking up with those right obliques. And down, last 3. And down, controlling over your eyes can be down towards the floor if that feels good. Last one. Stay right there. Now reach out through those left toes, and then draw rainbow. Toes down to the front edge of your mat, toes to the back edge. Up and down, and up and down. Go for 5 more. And back. Go for 4. Forward. Keep pressure into that elbow. Go for 3. Forward and back. Keeping those hips lifted. 2. And back. Last one. And back. Bend that leg in. Lower with control. Grab your weight. And then onto your side. So your heels in line with your sitting bones. Shoulders in line with your heels and your sitting bones. Neck is nice and long, so you're looking straight forward. So even if your computer's down a little bit in front of you, I keep forgetting to say this, it does change your alignment. So you want to try and keep your neck, your gaze straight in front of you, so your neck stays nice and long. Right, you won't be here either. So now from here, reach your left arm in front of you. So shoulders are stacked, right? Your left shoulder is going to stay against that wall, imaginary wall, perhaps, and then reach up. So inhale as you lower. And exhale. So keeping that spine long, keeping that neutral, lower with control. Think about your right ribs, don't let them just press down. Inhale, control. Exhale. You got it. 4 more like this. Big stability. Most of you are, if you are right-handed, this side will probably feel quite a bit harder. It's much harder for me to keep my shoulders in line here. I'm going to move even slower, so just take your time. Think about that stability, what that brings to your body. So your ribs are going to stay tight around your center. Think about that core helping as well. It's not just shoulder stability. Last one here. Inhale down. Exhale up. And then stay. So from here, left leg is going to come up. So hips stay stacked. Lift that left knee as high as you can. And then control down to that power. So exhale up. And inhale down. Now you can add that arm up. And then control down. Get to that 5 point each time. Really squeezing your glute as you lift. Keep your glute engaged as you lower. Same with your arm, right? It would be easy to swing your arm around. Don't swing. Whenever we're using momentum, we are not working as hard as we could be. Exhale up. Inhale down, very good. Go 3 more. And control. Go for 2. And control, and then 1 more. Exhale all the way up. So stay at the top. That left arm is reaching up. Squeeze that left glute back 1 more inch. And 1 inch down, 1 inch up, 1 down. Keep that glute squeezing up and up. Go for 6, 5, 4, squeeze, 3, squeeze, 2. Last one, squeeze back. Stay right there. Now turn that left palm to face behind you, and then lower that arm. So down on a diagonal towards your knee, and then back up. So reaching down and forward a little bit, and then back up again, keeping your shoulder blades flat against that imaginary wall. There we go. So you might have a smaller range of movement. Oh, I'm dropping my left leg. Don't forget, keep that left leg squeezing up. Inhale down. Go for 3. Exhale, squeeze. Go for 2. Exhale, squeeze. Go 1 more. Inhale down. Exhale, squeeze. Stay there. Turn that arm out. Hold here. Now up and then down for your teeter-totter. And then up and down. Up and down and up and down. So as you're doing this, don't forget about those right ribs. Keep them that little bit lifted. Up and down. Up and down. Go 4 more. And down. Go for 3. Right ribs stay lifted. Neck is nice and long. Left arm is still reaching. 2. Last one. Up and down. Up and down. And then lower that leg all the way. So take a breath. All right. Keep those right ribs lifting a little bit. They're going to want to drop down. You're going to kick that left leg straight out underneath you. Hold when you're there. Reach that left arm overhead. So holding in that long line, that's going to be our hardest position to keep everything lined up. So don't let this left shoulder creep up to your ear. Don't let that left waistline pull your right too high off the mat. Just lifting with control. Doesn't matter how high your leg goes. And then reach all the way back out. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. Tons of control out here. And then squeeze back up. Watch that left elbow. Make sure you're not locking. Really reach toes away from fingertips and then up. Toes away from fingertips. Reach. Go for 5. Keeping those right ribs that little bit lifted off the mat. Go for 4. Reach. Last 3. Reach long and up. 2 more, lengthening and lift. Last one, lengthen, reach all the way back up and then lower that leg down. You're just a little bit above hip height. Keep your left arm where it is. Rainbows to finish you off. So toes down to the front edge of your mat, toes down to the back edge of your mat. So as you're doing this, think about what's going on with the rest of your body. Really, it should be nothing. Your right ribs are staying lifted. Your hips are totally stacked. You can bring your hand down to your hip if you want to feel what's going on. You have 5 more. Up and down and up and down. 4. Up and down and up and down. Last 3. Last 2. Last 1. Up and down, and then bend right in. Lower that arm down, take a breath. You can keep your weight in your hand again if you want for this little stretch. Reach, come all the way up to the ceiling, following your hand or your weight with your eyes, and then just untwist, so letting that left arm drop down. Reach your right arm the opposite way, so really feeling that nice openness across your chest and your collarbones. Left side of your rib cage is a little bit heavy. Gaze towards those left fingertips. One more nice deep breath here. And then start bringing that left arm back towards the ceiling. Bring it all the way down. And then just come onto your back. So left foot in front of your right knee. Turn that left knee out to the side, that little bit, hips stacked. Still neutral, or hips square. Neutral. Ribs tight around your center. And then remember, if you want to deepen your stretch, you can come up to your toes or pull your leg right in. Keeping that left knee turning out as you're pulling your right in. Keeping that pelvis nice and square. This is really great time. Trust. Perfect. Okay, so nice couple of breaths there. And then when you're ready, just relax those legs down. You can hug them in for a little roll around. And then just straighten your legs out. I'm just gonna turn around this way. All right, so legs reaching straight out in front of you. Shoulders flat against the mat. Nice and open through your chest and your collarbones there. Feet about hip distance apart. So we're gonna reach our arms straight up to the ceiling. Press your shoulder blades into the mat. Hold here. So feeling that your neck is long, your upper body is nice and heavy against the mat. Now we're just gonna move those arms like we did at the beginning of class. Arms move overhead, your shoulder blades stay flat, ribs stay tight around your center. Your toes are reaching the opposite way. So I want you to keep thinking about that. Your legs are reaching away from your fingertips. All right? Now we're gonna come up into a full roll up. I want you to keep your toes reaching. So arms start to come up. Tuck your chin gently. Your shoulder blades are flat against the mat here, right? Tuck your chin. Your head is the first piece to come off the mat. And then start rolling all the way up. So as you're rolling, your toes are reaching. Reaching out to those toes. Holding there. Stack yourself up nice and tall and then melt back again. So belly button pulls into your spine as you're rolling down. One vertebra at a time. Keep those shoulders back. Rolling all the way. And then reach those arms back overhead. Let's do that again. One more like that. Reaching toes away from fingertips. Tuck your chin. Arms start to move. Head peels off the mat. Shoulders lift. Reaching, reaching, reaching through those toes. Reaching way out over the ends of your toes. Stack back up tall. And then come back down. Belly button in as you're rolling. And reach those arms. Okay, so let's add on a little bit to this. We're gonna bend our right leg. So just bend it comfortably. Your hips are still nice and even. Rolling up, belly button just fine. This time you are gonna come up just about like that half roll back spot. Holding there, take a breath, deepen those abs, roll your way back down. Rolling, rolling, keep that left leg reaching away. Reach those arms overhead. Let's do that again. Same leg again. So pressing your right heel down as you're reaching your left. Tuck that chin. Reaching, reaching, taking your time. Holding here. Arms are going to come up this time. Take a breath. Holding here. You're going to send your right leg out. Pull your left in. And then send that left out. Pull your right in. Reach. Keeping that scoop. Reach. Keeping that scoop. Let's do that again. Right, left comes in, left extends, right comes in, hold here, roll all the way down, belly button, spine, rolling, 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 shoulders back and away from your ears, reaching fingertips from toes. Take a breath. Arms come up, hold here, reach that right leg out, bring your left in, holding there. So left heel presses, right toes reach. Start at the beginning. So reaching, fingertips from toes, tuck your chin, scoop those abs, belly button to spine, reaching, 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 coming up into that little scoop, hold here, and then roll back. Belly button to spine, rolling, 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 keeping your hips as even as you can. Rolling and reaching. Let's do that again. Reach toes from fingertips. Tuck that chin, head is the first piece to peel off, deepen those abdominals. Rolling, rolling, up. This time stay in that little half roll position. We're gonna switch legs. And switch. Exhale, switch. Switch. Again, switch. Two more each side, reach. and switch. Last one here. Hold, roll all the way back, belly button, spine curling, curling, curling. Reach those arms out overhead. Reach both legs away from you. Take a nice deep breath there, stretching out. And then we'll come right up into a 4-point kneel. So hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Press away from the mat with those palms. Ribs are tight around your center. Neutral through your spine, so none of that. We're gonna be here to start, all right? So make sure those knees are just hip distance apart. It's gonna get way harder the wider you go with your knees, so just hip distance is good for stability. And then let's kick our right leg straight up. So toes are still on the mat. Hold there. Just notice your weight may have shifted left. Try to bring it back so your left knee is pretty much directly underneath your left hip. All right? Now from here, lift that right leg. Really reach those toes away from the top of your head. Watch this right elbow. We don't want to lock it. We're going to bring our left hand to our left hip. All right? If that doesn't feel good, you can just have it up here. You can also keep it down. All right? So now just tap your toes, lengthening your spine, and then lift. Inhale down. Inhale down, lengthening that whole right side, and up. Go 5. Go for 4. Exhale, squeeze. 3. Lifting, last 2. Ready, 1 more. Lifting up, hold there, watch this right elbow, don't let it lock. Now let's extend our left arm in front. We're gonna bend this knee and round our spine, pull all the way in, and then reach back, lengthening, and then scooping around, in, lengthening out, scooping around in. Go for 4, reaching. Remember when you pull your knee and look to your knee, head drops. Go for 3. And reach. Last 2. Rounding as much as you can, and then think length. Last 1. In, all the way out, finding that length. Drop that hand, drop that knee, and then sit yourself back to a shell stretch. Give those wrists a little twist if you need to. Grab a drink if you need to. That. And then we're going to do the same set on the other side. So hands back under your shoulders, knees back underneath your hips. Make sure that they're really underneath your, that your knees are really aligned with your hips, and then kick that left out, engaging your core for a bit of stability. Reach that left away from the top of your head, and then you can bring your right hand to your right hip across your body, whatever feels good. So we're just going to tap, or it can stay down, and then lift. Tapping with control, so inhale down. Got it, keeping those ribs tight around your center, watching your left elbow on this side. Inhale down. Lower with control. Thinking length, really more than anything else. Also think about that right hip, don't let your weight shift right. Last 2. Last 1, tap, and up. Stay there, extend that right arm out in front of you, and then scoop that knee in, scoop those abs up, and then lengthen all the way out. Inhale in. Exhale, lengthen. Inhale in, reach, and lengthen. Remember, watch your head when you come in. You're looking towards that knee, that left knee, both knees, really. And then out. Go for 5. How's that left elbow doing? Make sure it's not walking. And reach long. Last 4. And reach, go for 3. Reaching, last 2. Lengthen, and then 1 more. Scoop, drop that tail. All the way out, bring that hand in, bring that leg in, and then again, sit yourself back to a shell stretch. a little breath there. Open those knees nice and wide, and then let's walk our hands over the left side of our mat so that your weight is over that left knee. Really reach out through those right fingertips, so getting a nice stretch through the right side of your body, reaching right fingertips up and reaching right hip down. So feeling that oppositional pull in your body there should feel good. And then let's walk our hands back through center. Left arm reaches a little further, left hip presses down as you stretch there. Nice couple of breaths again. And then walk that left hand back through center. Walk your right hand in as well. And then have your hands back underneath your shoulders. All right, we're gonna kick our right leg out. This time have your toes on the mat. Reach out through your heel. So find length for that whole right side of your body. And then let's kick our left leg back as well. So holding here in this plank, you can also do this on your elbows if you want. Top of your head reaches from your toes. All we're gonna do is drop our right knee. Don't let your right hip drop. And then press up through your right heel. Now just your left knee, abs pull in, and then press back out. So in with that knee, inhale. Let's go right again. In and press. Let's go left. In and press. You ready? We're gonna bring that right knee all the way into our chest this time. Kick it back. Left knee all the way in. Right again. And exhale, left, in, and exhale. One more right. One more left. And then pick up those abs. Press yourself all the way back to that downward dog so heels can drop low. Take a nice couple of breaths here. Tail reaching right up to the ceiling. Drop those heels nice and low. And then walk those feet out. So drop your left heel, bend your right knee, and then come back up with both and switch. Up again and switch. Up and switch. One more lifting up this time. Drop both heels nice and low. Take a nice deep breath. Come back forward into that plank. This time bring your right knee in, turn it out, and just drop it down for a little hip opening stretch. So right knee points out to the side. Hips are still pretty square. And then you can come down as far as it feels good. Let that right hip have a little bit of stretch. Take a nice couple of deep breaths here. Go for two more nice deep breaths. We're switching our class back to Mondays, guys. I think, is it next week? I guess September is next week. Oh my gosh, I don't know if it's next week or the week after. Make sure you check. Curl those toes under. We'll have Shelly at the end if she comes back. Curl those toes under. Kick your right back. Press all the way back to that downward dog again, holding those heels low. And then coming forward again, left knee in, turn it out, and then drop down. I should look in my email so I can tell you. What did we say? Take one more nice deep breath there. And then curl those toes under, kick it back. Press that weight back to those heels and then walk your hands into your feet. Hang in that nice forward fold. And then when you are ready, press through your heels and let's come all the way up. Give those shoulders a nice little roll down. And you are all finito. Thanks, guys. I'm pretty sure, I guess August 31st is Monday, so that means I don't think I'm going to be teaching this on Monday. I think there's going to be a different Zoom class on Monday, but the next Monday, I think, would be the first Monday of this. Does that work? I hope so. There you are. Yeah, that works. That works for you guys? Okay, great.
Thanks, Lindsay.
Thank you, Lindsay.
You're most welcome. Have a nice rest of your day. It looks like a beautiful one. Bye.